Coaching with E for our 5th video today, where we're going to dive a little deeper into this concept of reality and its 3 layers, which I briefly spoke about last week when I talked about what is life. So just to get back on last week's video, in order to answer what is life, and to be really certain of our answer, we first need to ask ourselves, what do I really know for sure that I can build my thought process on? And that's why we decided to look at reality and its layers. So today I want to deep dive into more of the second layer reality, but I'll also address the first and third one. So the first layer reality, the factual realm, is all about your body. Okay, because it's anything that comes in contact with any of your sensory tools. And because it's about the contact with your sensory tools, it is limited to the present. Right now, I see a light in front of me, contact. I hear silence, contact, or not. I taste bitter, contact. In that very moment, that is real, and I am certain of it. So that's going to be it for the first layer reality. The first layer reality is going to always be a place where we can ground ourselves whenever we're lost in time. Now, the second layer reality is all about the conscious realm. It extends beyond the present time into past and future. Okay? Why? Because it resides in the mind. Whereas the first layer reality was all about the body, the second layer reality is all about the mind, right? Anything that comes in contact with my thoughts, with my mind. Thoughts, ideas, memories, dreams. I have an idea of a flower when I walked in the door that was right beside the entrance. This is an idea. The second layer reality, all the thoughts that come to us, they can either stem from the first layer reality or from the third layer reality. Because I remember seeing in the first layer reality a flower, and in that moment that the flower entered in contact with my eye, that was real. Now it's in my mind, it's a second layer reality. Then it was first layer at the moment I saw it. Now, it can also stem from the subconscious realm. Let's go into this third realm. The third layer reality is the subconsciousness realm. And it is so potent. It is the key to experiencing paradise on earth, okay? Because it is infinite potentiality. Okay, whereas your consciousness, your mind can process 40 bits of information per second, your subconscious mind can process 20 million bits of information per second. So there is infinite amount of possibilities into that realm that our consciousness can simply not even fathom. So when we say this can't be, this is unreal, or that's impossible, well, I'm at this point in my life where I don't try and understand with my rational mind how this will happen. I simply throw it in my mind, believe that my subconsciousness mind is going to take care of it, and bam, manifestation. There you go, I got what I wanted. I'll tell you like many examples over time. So I want to go back into the second layer reality, okay? The second layer reality is where we will be working, okay? We said a paradigm is about a complete, distinct set of thought patterns. Thought patterns reside in the mind, okay? And so that's where we will look at our thoughts and ask ourselves, do I want to act upon that thought, or do I want to act upon this thought? That's where arguments happen, because I can believe one thing and think one thing, and someone else can believe and think one thing. Okay, there's disagreement. Well, let's go back to first layer reality. Always, when there's misunderstanding, first layer reality. And then we can ask ourselves, okay, does it really matter if we don't agree on the same thing? Sometimes it does, because we're trying to create concrete first realm, but sometimes it doesn't. And we're going to play with this so that we can choose thoughts that nourish us and activate us in a more fulfilling way. Okay, I want to give us an example so that we can concretize this. Let's say I am alone in my apartment, and I believe that outside of my door and apartment, there's a war going on. People bombarding themselves and death everywhere, and people are killing themselves. I have my curtains on, I have my earphones on, I don't want to hear anything, but for 2 weeks, I just stay inside and live in the survival mode where like there's war and death outside my door. And so I'm feeling so anxious and so much stress that this becomes my first layer reality. I can feel the pain. I create all these painful tension inside of my body, right? I'm experiencing this. And so the second layer reality merged into my factual realm of first layer reality. Now, opposite, okay? I am alone in my apartment and somehow I believe, okay, there's peace and rainbows and butterflies outside and everyone is happy and blissful. And I feel the same. And for 2 weeks, I also stay in my apartment. But I'm walking naked, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I just don't feel the need to go outside. Well, for those 2 weeks, I am experiencing blissfulness. And I created my first layer reality based on that. Sometimes there are things in the first layer reality that we do not have any control over. But other times, there are things in our first layer reality that we created with our own mind, with our own beliefs that lie in the second realm. So we're going to start to play with these layers in order to create our paradise on earth and to really question thoughts. One last example I want to give. Let's say I'm back into being a Homo sapiens beginning and I'm on earth and I realize pain. Oh, pain in my body. Where does that come from? Oh, maybe I need to sleep. Maybe I need this. Suddenly, pain doesn't go away. So I realize, okay, maybe I need to eat. Okay, do I go left or do I go right to look for food? Well, if I go right, I will definitely create food on the right side. And food on the left side will never happen. But if I go right, then eventually I'll come upon food, right? Because the earth is round, right? So one way or another, I'll get to the food, right or left. Maybe I'll die in the process. But the point is, by choosing to go right, by choosing to act on that thought that, I remember seeing food on the right, or maybe I believe, or I imagine that there's food on the right, I create my reality. I promote the chances and the possibilities that there will be food in my first level reality. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, exercise for you. Question. Okay, this thought, is that a nourishing thought or is that a heavy thought? So try to observe, is that feeling good or is that kind of heavy? And then when you feel heavy, ask yourself, is it necessary right now for me to believe in this? Yes, because that's just the way it is. That's the reality. Da, da, da. Your mind is going to try and convince you of things. But then, really, do I need to believe this? So for now, just observe, does it feel light or does it feel heavy when you look at your thoughts? Finally, I'm going to draw a card. Okay. So what is the energy around today? What is the energy for you as you're watching this? Sorry, I'm telling you this video might be a little longer than usual. It's because there's a lot to talk about and it was kind of difficult to break it down in smaller. What is the energy? It's one of those two. Wow, I love it. Okay, I'm going to take the time for this. The first card that we got is the Three of Cups. Beautiful. And the second card we got is the Three of Wands. So we got two threes here. Threes relate to Trinity. mother, father, and child. This is beautiful. We're starting to see unity. So you're starting to get into the concept and you're starting to see a path, which means you're feeling better and better about this video that I'm showing you right now. Like, you're like, okay, I'm grasping this. There's understanding. But this is cups. So you're